Hello, everybody. Oh, I was going to say something mean to myself. I was going to say all two of you that watch. But I've been doing pretty good with my views. I know. I always got to be moving my camera. It's the, nobody comments. And it's fine. It's fine because like I say, I'm not here. You notice I don't do that like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Although you can do that if you like. And a lot of it is that I forget to do it. I mean, it's not that I don't want to do it. It's not that I don't want to grow my channel. But I just don't want to grow it like that. I'm not trying to become the next dieting old lady sensation. I know, I'm crazy. You guys, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Well, you know the situation from yesterday if you watched yesterday's video. I went to bed. I had to take ibuprofen. I was hurting so bad. But I took ibuprofen and I slept pretty good, but the problem was my body at 4 a.m. was like, okay, time to get up. And I didn't feel like it, but I couldn't go back to sleep. So I had things to do today too, so I just was like, let me get up. Worst comes to worst, I'll take a nap. Today I might, it might be a nap day, who knows. But I got up, normal stuff, took care of my dog. She's priority. And then today, Thursdays are my cleaning day for my apartment, so I got busy doing that. And yeah, and then I cleaned most of the apartment, and then I wanted to get my walk done because it's gonna rain again. So I went ahead and got my walk done. I went to my friend's apartment to feed his cat and water his cat. Water his cat? Give his cat water. She tried to kill me again. But then I came home, finished cleaning. I actually just got finished cleaning. So I'm like, let me get my video done so that I can, so that I can just chill. I got to get in my recliner. You see, I'm not in my comfy pink shirt yet, so that's not good. So let's get away in. I came in the kitchen to get my bottle of water because I'm still doing terrible at my bottle of water. I'm also doing laundry, so now I got to fold that. And then I got another load in the dryer. A woman's work is never done, y'all. All right. Let's get away in. I'm not feeling good about this. I'm just saying. I shouldn't be such a Debbie Downer, but sorry, I'm taking my shoes off. All right, you guys. Let's go. I feel super inflamed today, which I'll talk about that. All right, hang on, you guys. Oh, jeez. And keeping in mind, I've already done my walk. I've already guzzled a bottle of water. Holy cow. $231.6. Yeah, $231.6. Trying to turn it. $231.6. $231.6. Here it comes. You ready? I'm fine with that. And I don't want it to get to where it's like, oh, she's just making excuses. There is no excuse other than I weigh myself every morning for a purpose, and it's not always to see what the number says, but it is accountability, obviously. So it's just, I don't let it get to me, you guys. I mean, it can be rough. It can be rough seeing a number that I kind of knew I was going to see. I was hoping I didn't see it. Yeah. But anywho, let's talk about it. Excuse me, you guys. Sorry. All right, let's talk about it. All right, so I mean, I don't like to see the scale go up. I don't. But I know my body, and I always know when it's going up. That's why before I stood on it, I'm like, I don't feel, I mean, mentally what I do is I take a pound off that number because of the bottle of water I guzzled. It's in there somewhere, adding, I think it's 16 ounces. These bottles are 16 ounces and some change. 16 ounces and 16.9 ounces. I don't know. But anywho, that's still in my body. So science. Oh, I'm hurting. I even took an ibuprofen when I woke up this morning because now you might think, well, Debbie, if it bothers you that much, why the hell are you like cleaning people's apartments? Well, truth be told, money. I mean, as if you're watching this and you're like me, a senior and living on Social Security, it's tough out here right now. I mean, I know everybody's having a tough time, but like if I was still in the workforce, I would know I'd have to make adjustments, like either see if there's overtime to be worked, or maybe I have to go get a part-time job or whatever. But when you're on Social Security, it's just a fixed income, and it is what it is, right? So I'm just trying to supplement that income so I can keep my little nose out of the water. And I'm even, like, every day I spend many of the hours sitting in this recliner with my tablet looking for at-home, work-from-home jobs. And it's such a, I don't know. You know, everybody claims, oh, yeah, everybody's hiring remote people and work-from-home people. And, well, I can't tell, but, you know, if you look at my resume, when it comes to working from home, customer service, phone work, and all that, that's my background, 20 plus years. So if these places aren't hiring me, they can tell by looking at my work history roughly how old I am. And I know you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to discriminate. But listen, I live in the real world. I know it happens. There's nothing I can do about it. Your resume's got to have your work history, and they ask for the dates of when you worked in those places. And so they can tell. And that's fine. It's just about me sitting here putting in any that come across me, applying for it. Because when I put in my application, when I submit my resume for the perfect job for me, God's going to send it to me. So it is what it is. Man, y'all. Every time I get ready to make these videos, I'm like, Debbie, don't be jiggling the camera today. So let's talk. I feel like I slept decent last night. I've not slept good like I used to in my 20s and 30s in quite the while. I very light sleeper. You know, I don't have any breathing problems or whatever. So my problem is I have an autoimmune disease, and it affects my sleep, because once I've been laying in a certain position for a little while, I start feeling pain. So then I got to flip over to the other side and rinse, repeat, just all night long, flipping back and forth, back and forth. And when I do things, you know, when I overdo it, that autoimmune will kick in, mostly with pain, more pain than usual, I'll say, and inflaming. That's why some days I'm like, I can tell the number's not going to look good, because I'm inflamed, and once you get inflamed, then my body, I almost said your body, my body starts retaining water. And that's why I'm such a retainer of water, because of that autoimmune condition that I have. So I just have to try to work with it. Now, like I said, oh man, I'm already at 11 minutes. Like I said, I next week I'm probably going to play around with alternate day fasting, because yeah, although I don't care what the scale says, it doesn't bother me. I don't let it affect my day. At the end of the day, I have an objective, which is to lose weight. So, you know, that's not happening right now the way I want it to. And again, I don't need to lose 5 pounds a week. You know, I would like to lose at least 2 a week. So let's do some alternate day fasting next week, see how that works out for me. And I think it'll be good. But we'll see. We'll see. That's my game plan. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, you guys. I'm going to get off here to keep this short, and I'll probably be back later, but I'm going to make that a separate video, because I was like, instead of making 2 15 minutes, why don't you, you know, like, and shoving them all together and making a 30-minute video, just do 2 15s. Maybe people would be willing to watch 2 15s. What do you think, Nancy Elizabeth, if you're watching this? All right, you guys, let me get off of here. I'm so tired. I'm going to kick my feet up in this recliner for a few minutes and catch my breath, because I have not stopped since 4 a.m. And then after I've caught my breath, I'm going to fold some clothes, and I think I'll be done. And I'm making a pot of soup, so a small pot of soup. I'll show you guys that later. All right, see you then. Bye.